frenzy, there's a race against time to ensure that the minister keeps his promise to present the president with some projects to commission to mark his second year in office. My name is Benga Aruleba. I work with Africa Independent Television, AIT. And of course, as usual, I have my colleagues here with me. Let's start from my immediate right, my colleague from TVC News.
Ayodele Ozubaku, TVC News.
I'm Somna Sambo, Arise News.
And of course, on the other side of the aisle, Gloria.
I'm Gloria Omezeke, Channels Television.
Fisayo Ogunfuyi, Nigerian Television Authority.
All right, guys, we'll formally welcome the Honorable Minister of the FCT to today's media chat. Honorable Minister, good to have you with us, sir.
Thank you very much, Benga.
Well, we are still in the month that we celebrate our women. There's just only one lady on the panel. Let's try to make up for that by allowing the only lady to ask the first question of this media chat. Gloria?
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for your time. Thank you for this opportunity. And so we'll begin with your recent trip to Italy, where you met with the president of the Lombardy region. Now, what informed this move, and what advancements would this portend for the FCT residents?
Well, thank you very much. Our visit to Lombardia has to do with a partner with the city in terms of vocational education and agriculture. The minister, the Italian ambassador, last year came to me and said, look, that with what we are doing in the FCT, that he would like us to partner, create that opportunity to have a relationship with Lombardia. Which is they are good in agriculture and vocational training. So we exploited that, and we ought to have made this visit since last year, but because of engagements, but at the end of the day, we were able to be in Italy, and that paid off. What we have agreed is that for now, we're going to send our people to Lombardia for training, vocational training, and various skills, and also in terms of agriculture, mechanized agriculture. And the president was quite happy. Of course, like he said, he has heard about a lot of good works going on in Abuja. So he was very happy to have this collaboration between the city of Lombardia and the FCT. Of course, that is in tandem with the New Hope agenda of what the president has been shortly talking with other countries how to partner with Nigeria, bringing investors. I'm very glad, very happy. That is one of the trips that has yielded results. So the various heads, like the Mandate Secretary of Education and Mandate Secretary of Agriculture, were part of the delegation. So they are working out the details now with officials of Lombardia. I feel so happy that our youth will now have several areas where they can help themselves, be trained, and then try to be self-employed. In fact, we came back on Monday or yesterday, today, we came back, and I believe in just 1 week they will have finished, tidying up all the documentation, and then we'll be able to send the first set of our youth to Lombardia for training.
You're looking at other countries to collaborate with for further development?
Yes, because the ambassador of Morocco and Egypt had also come to us to see that we can have some collaborative arrangements with them I believe that we'll be visiting the Rabat and the Cairo very soon and see what we can get out of it. Yeah.
On Mr. President's first anniversary, we saw how he was invited by the FCT administration to commission landmark projects. On his, now that we're preparing towards his second anniversary, can you give us a glimpse into what to expect?
Of course, everyone should know that we'll be ready. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. If there's one place that anybody is assured of Mr. President commissioning the projects, will be the FCT. But not just projects, not projects that where everybody will say, look, indeed, FCT has done the so we are preparing ourselves against May 29. I know it will be very, very engaging, it will be very, very taxing for Mr. President. But we'll still plead with him. We'll still plead with him. Last time we took Mr. President for about 2 weeks. I know that some people may not be happy. We are trying to see whether we can still engage him. Okay, even if it will not take 2 weeks, give us the attention of 1 week to commission projects, not just in the city, also in the satellite towns.
Honorable Commissioner, Honorable Minister, you came from Lombardy just a day or two, and I saw you again on screen in Gishiri very quickly, and your demeanor showed that you were not particularly happy about some of the developments over there.
Yes, you see, people think that government is there for the people. Government is not there for any particular person or group of persons, but government is for the public. Abuja has been designed before now. I was not the one, but I had to follow the master plan of the city. Now, one of the things that was done was that there will be a road from a flyover from Gishiri down, and the communities, the chiefs are inviting everybody for more than 4 months. We met. Ordinarily, what we pay is properties that are affected. What I did was to say, look, this was the evaluation that was made. I had to call the Department of Resettlement and Compensation, increase it because of the economic hardship. But ordinarily, this is the rate that government uses for valuation. I said, look, we'll go beyond that. And that was done. Now, having accepted of this company, I said, look, we have to go and build houses for them again. I said, why does this happen? This is a road corridor. In the first place, we don't need to. You are the one who has violated this. But just to give it a human face, okay, pay this money to them. And this is one of the projects that Mr. President should commission in May. So the contractors came back, CGC came back to me, said, look, they are likely not to meet up. I said, why? It's up to now. The community that I assembly, you can't say that. It's not possible. So when I was in Milan, I now called the acting executive secretary of FCD. What is going on? That project must be completed as agreed. He said, oh, the villagers are saying they would. I said, no. But you are from Abuja. One of the reasons why we left you to be there because you are indigent. You only complain of marginalization. Now the president, in his own wisdom, has brought you people in. Now you are telling me that your community, you are the one sabotaging that. And I'm not going to accept that. I said, okay, go to the district head now. Call me on phone. He went to the head there and called me, and I spoke to the district head. He said, oh, this. I said, something must be wrong with some of you. You think you can sabotage our efforts? I won't allow that. Now, I will be the one, I will come by myself I will supervise the demolition and let heaven come down. Even though I know heaven will not come down. Even when heaven comes down, heaven will be at peace. So that's why I came and I went there. And the bloody industry was there. I said, where are you? He says, check it out. Come on, demolish the place. If for the interest of the public, it's not me. We don't even need to pay. All they do is that when they know the road is going here, you see them putting up something, so they go and get compensation. But it's okay. Nobody, we are not going there to say we are taking land to build a corridor of road. Now bring development, and you want to sabotage it. No, we said no, we can't take it. We will not take it. And that was what happened.
So it's not the entire community that is affected?
No, it's a road corridor.
Because the impression they created yesterday was that, okay, you are going to pay compensation, but the compensation is not enough to resettle them anyway.
It's what I've already heard.
Also give them land.
Just go there. Well, what is the compensation? What are the houses? No, what are these houses you are talking about? All the small, like this one here. Somebody wants to collect $1 million. You, look at what I'm saying. Look at it. I mean, people just do things, taking government for granted. You will come not to do that. We are not taking the whole community. Okay. A road is passing this way. So those houses or that along that corridor, we have to compensate you. And you are telling me you have your shrine here, your grandfather died here. What's my business?
But, Your Excellency, at the heart of this controversy is the lingering issue of the failure of the federal government to settle the issues of indigents, compensation, resettlement in Abuja.
It's not correct. Now, well, I know you are from Abuja. Let me tell you, it's not correct. Compensations have been made several years ago.
No,
I can tell you that. Compensations have been made several years ago. Take for example, where I live, near Paduma, compensations have been given to them more than 20 years ago. Now, but government has not been able to move them out. Now, we are asking, okay, we want to develop this area now. They've come back. So look, they want compensation. But compensation have been paid years ago. You see, you see, the problem we have is that government, some people don't want to say, look, this is an assignment, and I should be able to carry out this assignment. Oh, people will complain. There's nothing you do that people will not complain. That land had been allocated more than 15 years ago. Now, if we want to carry out that assignment now, they would accuse us that we are doing a land grabbing. But there's no way we can allow that to be there. There's no way, it's not possible. But I've given the human face, that's okay, no problem. They have eaten the money years ago. Let us do another compensation. And you are telling me you are the one to determine how much that should be paid. We are doing a road to Wasa Junction now by CGC. And one of the roads the president had to commission by this May. I went there by myself. They complained, oh, compensation, that's okay. I called everybody. Called the Department of Resettlement and Compensation. What is the problem? They said the money is too small. How is it too small? That's okay. Double it. Pay them. And they were paid. As I speak to you now, go and see what's going on there. I'm not the one that's going to use the road alone. It's for development of the people. Why are we doing it as if you are going to pay compensation? You're also telling government to go and build houses for you. You are not taking a whole community. It's the road corridor. Therefore, only those houses that are affected that should be paid compensation. Yeah. And you're not telling us, no, even if you give us money, go and build houses for us.
Yeah. But hasn't that underpinned the need for a kind of mass housing for the poor in some parts of Abuja instead of
that's a different road together.
Yeah, but
the point we are making, if we are coming to a community to say that the entire community relocate, then You talk about building houses for them. Not the road corridor, where 20 houses are affected and compensated all over the world. All over the world. So you cannot tell me that already the place has been designed before now. We are not the ones who did the master plan of Abuja. We are only following the master plan. Two, in doing this too, there are people who will be affected. Therefore, you also have to look at it in a way that they should also not lose that. And we are doing that. And then you are trying to sabotage us by saying, look, let us make sure that this road does not, the who commission is in me. I have a duty. I have a duty to carry out. And I must do that job.
I just made that suggestion.
Now, yes, I agree. The mass housing you are talking about.
In case you are looking in that direction.
I have told you, if we are
because we are building houses for judges, we are building houses for... These are people who already have the means to have houses.
No, I don't agree with you. I don't. We must stop this that we are doing. Take, for example, that you are building houses for the judges, police, and the rest. Whose job are they doing? Whose function are they carrying out?
But they have means to have houses.
What is the means that they have
so where are
to
we
carry out their job? What we are trying to say, if we are relocating a community, then you have to resettle a community. If we are saying that, for example, this is a community, and government wants to build school, university here, then it calls for, in relocating them, you have to go and build houses for them.
Yeah, but
if we are saying road corridor that takes, take for example, 50 meters, for example, it does not take the entire community.
Yes.
So you have to pay compensation.
Yeah.
And some of the houses are not completely out, not part of it. But you cannot say because road is passing here, therefore the entire community should be relocated. There should be houses for them. Who does that?
Maybe you need to improve communication.
Which part of the world will you tell me? Those of you who say you travel, Benga, so that you don't sell wrong ideas. Tell me where.
We have listened to your explanation of the Gishiri case. We agree. We completely understand the issue now. We just made that suggestion away from issues like this.
No, it cannot be away.
Does your
administration,
for instance?
You are not placing in a proper perspective. If you
okay, we'll separate it.
If you say, look, where in this world that a road corridor, that the government will now relocate the entire community.
We said you are right. You are right on that.
And the traditional rulers too. I thought that the FCT administration had a very good relations with the traditional rulers.
There are some traditional
but they say they are not enjoying.
Who are also involved in politics. And I want to tell them, you can't do that with me. You can't do that with me. If you don't want to see, we try to respect traditional institutions. Okay. But you must understand that you have a boundary, a limitation. And I will not sit here and allow you to sabotage government effort. I will not allow that.
Okay.
I won't.
Honorable Minister, let me take you back to your home states. Now that you've succeeded in the Supreme Court has given its verdict.
Who succeeded?
Well, the gladiators, one of the gladiators. So the Supreme Court, they've spoken, and a lot of people will tell you that what we need in Rivers State now is maybe a political solution to the crisis in River State. Now, the governor reached out to members of the State of House of Assembly, and they didn't turn up. And the Assembly people, they're saying that, look, we weren't invited properly. In all this logjam, the local government chairman, they've been told to leave office, and the governor has reiterated that he is going to follow the verdict of the Supreme Court. He's going to adhere to it. Now, what is the bone of contention now?
First of all, let me correct an impression. When you say I have succeeded, I follow the path of rule of law. I follow the path of justice. In this country, we only like people who carry out violence. We don't like people who say, look, let the rule of law prevail. Let justice be done. When you go to court, people think you are making problem. But when you go and snap picture to say, I will destroy the oil pipeline, and then government will respect you. people will respect you. We don't want crisis. But people come and say, look, what you are doing is not right. Can we follow due process and do this? I cannot believe it in this country we are today. For whatever reason it is. Nigerians are talking about stressing the issue that 3 members of the House will sit and make laws for a state that we are talking about Supreme Court. Do we need to go to Supreme Court? I mean, just tell me, in a modern democracy, in the modern world we are, forget about you don't like Wike, you must not like Wike. You don't need to like him. As we are seated here, in your own conscience, are you telling me 3 members who constitute a parliament? Hold on.
6 members when you were governor.
Yes.
That is not correct. Now, please, you see, people should stop all this. Even when they say so, why not do your own researches? It's not what they say. What is your own research? Remember, assembly was inaugurated. Remember, there was tribunal. Court of Appeal nullified some seats. Court of Appeal nullified some seats. Before that time, the budget had been done. And then we did a rerun. And assembly was full. If anybody tells you that I, as governor, presented budget to the number that's not what is required by the Constitution, it's a blatant liar. Bring prove it. It's not a question of going to Arise, which is their normal television, or going to a channel. No. Proof, empirical evidence.
People are saying that you are not magnanimous in victory.
In victory.
That it's like a winner takes all things.
Well, hold
that
on.
you are grandstanding.
Hold on, winner what? You see, put in the winner what? What did you win? Now let me say something. Don't distract me. Let me say something. You said the governor Richard. You have had a frosty relationship with an arm of government. If you're a good politician, it's just that you go around later. Hold on. If you're a good politician, you have had a frosty relationship with me. For how many years? I've never sat down with you. I've never spoken with you. You see my salaries. You see my allowances. Granted by law. You took it. No problem. Now you won a court of appeal. It didn't even occur to you. Even though I won a court of appeal, I think what peace. The matter went to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court now gave judgment. Then the next thing we do, that you want to implement, who said no? Is it by writing letter? And who signed the letter? A bloody SSG. Who signed letter to a head of arm of government? What an insult is that? You are telling me letter to the President of Senate or to Speaker of the House of Representatives that President is coming to President Budget. Isn't that it is done?
What should he have done?
If you're a politician, you know what to do. Look, I don't understand. Listen. First of all, assuming you want to go through that route, what is normally done? You call the leadership and say, listen, this is where we are. This is where we are. I want to present this budget back to you. They agree. Okay. Let's look at it. That will be okay for us. You are not the one to write that I'm coming to present budget tomorrow. Who does that? No, who does that? You went to play to the gallery that you wrote a letter, which is rubbish. I have been in government. I don't just write a letter to Mr. Speaker. I'm coming to present budget tomorrow morning. I think your children. Do you know their engagement? All this is done is to tell you that I'm sincere. Mr. Speaker, where are you? Are you at home? Can you come? Can I come? Can we talk? And they agree on something. And then Mr. Speaker will go back and call his colleagues. Listen, Mr. Governor called me. I met with him. He said, look, he wants to present budget so day. It's okay. Monday, Tuesday. But Speaker, you know that our schedule is so tight. Okay, no, let us accommodate. That's how things are done. All these letters you are writing is useless. You are not sincere. You are playing to the gallery. Everybody knows you are not sincere. You are playing to the gallery. A true politician will not do that way. Let me tell you, Mr. President was to present budget to National Assembly. Assembly people were not happy for one thing or the other. We met in ESCO, and they said, oh, they've shifted it to the next so day. Why? He had to meet with leadership to agree some gray areas. He doesn't need to write letter. A man who does not want peace is a man who will play to the gallery. Writing a letter, I've written letter. Written letter to who? To your son?
Well, you make this meeting sound very, very easy. After a frosty relationship, that might not be very easy. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so now you agree with me. After a frosty relationship, you have suffered their families. They cannot pay their children's school fees. Their money they are entitled. God gave order, you cannot stop their money. You had a penchant of disobeying court orders. This is a country where, I have never, we like things that somebody is doing something wrong. Instead of you to come out to say, look, what you are doing is wrong. You go and capture, oh, it is a social political opponent. What kind of rubbish is that? Must you not have opponent? In politics, must you not have opponent? Is there any law that says in politics everybody must queue behind you? So what is all this? Oh, his opponent. So what? If you give your opponent opportunity to make you unstable, then you will be unstable. You will be. There's no law. After all, there are also people who are working against Tinubu's administration. So Tinubu cannot come and complain. My opponents are working against his opponents. Did they tell him that they will make him to be comfortable? Who does that?
Your Excellency, some people might say, the frostiness is, on both sides in terms of the ultimatums that were given.
Yes,
the ultimatums that were given by the Amia Wule's-led legislators about presenting the budget, and also the issues of the commissioners that were elected without vetting from the...
Now you are taking that point. Let me tell you something. Are you not going to commend them? That they even agreed that we are ready. Can you present the budget? You are presenting to 3 people now. So the budget is there. It's not as if you are going to do it. Okay, carry it. Come on, we are ready to work with you.
But for the interest, the nuance was different.
I'm coming. What?
The nuance was different. They gave them an ultimatum.
No, you see, that is the problem. Come. When you say ultimatum, I say, within 48 hours, submit your budget. What is substance? No, I can't be ready by 48 hours. Give me 1 week. What is wrong in that? Why are we always capitalizing on things that, if you really want the peace of the state, why are you picking on things that will not help? If the legislature says, we are going on recess for the interest of the state, if you can present the budget within 48 because we are living on recess, have they not done well? All you would have done as a sincere person is to say, look, no, it's too urgent for me. Can you people shift your recess? Give me 1 week. That's how people do things. You don't just come out, hey, why should I give ultimatum? Who the hell are you?
Well, the governor
no, listen. Who the hell are you? The governor is not sincere. I never knew he's this kind of character. Let me tell you, Supreme Court said that nowhere 3 members can sit and legislate for the state You took your Attorney General, Commissioner, for these 3 members to screen. And the Supreme Court said, it's not possible. And as some people said, look, submit the list of members of your cabinet. We are willing to screen them. Instead of us to applaud them, you are saying, why should they give time limit? I'm traveling. I want to do it now before I travel. What's wrong in that? Now what you did, to hell with those a lot of people. Those are the people.
Honorable Minister,
your selfish interest.
Those are
Minister,
people actually.
Yes. Can I finish?
Those are people who elected.
Hold on. It's not correct. Those are people who are deceiving the governor, who are collecting his money. Let me tell you, if they're intelligent, governor, they gave you 48 hours. Governor, tell them 48 hours is not enough. I need 1 week. You don't go and begin to sow seed of discord. You don't do that. As they are now, they are hot. It is in your place to say, look, I know you're hot. I'm sorry. See what has happened. Don't act as if you're a father. Now, what they did, when the assembly said, submit list, he now told his commissioners to go to court. The commissioners went to court, challenging the assembly that we cannot live as commissioners after Supreme Court has given judgment on this matter.
Is that a fact?
Is it true? They went to court, State High Court. Of course, you know, the worst State High Court today we have is River State High Court.
It wasn't like that when you were there.
It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. Look, I respect court judgment. I do. How would I look like as a life bencher? I perpetrate in disobeying court orders.
But because of your interest now,
what's my interest?
the average Riverian on the streets, they're saying that, look, because
When
of
did
your
you go
interest,
to the street to listen to them?
they're saying the state allocation has been seized now.
By who?
Because of your
By
interest.
By who?
When
Okay, hold on. By whose
the Supreme
conduct?
Court has ordered.
Instead of you to say, thanking us, to making sure the right thing is being done.
Are you happy?
And aren't you worried
happy
that Rivers
that the
staff will
allocation-
not be paid?
Hold
They will
on.
not be
Can
paid
I
salaries
hear one
because
person?
of this.
Now, let me tell you something. Do you know you ought to commend us for challenging illegality? How many states can do that? How many states can tell their governor what they're doing is wrong? In our state, we say no. 3 people cannot constitute an assembly. 3 people cannot appropriate funds for you to spend. It's of you to commend us. Your state, who can do it? They would have bought the assembly members. You know, I said, no, we are not prisoners of war. We are not. And that's why the assembly said, look, you can't continue to do this. Let them go and buy them. They will not agree. The right thing, hold on, the right thing must be done. And we challenge illegality. Today we are happy that Supreme Court has made a pronouncement. The Apex Court has made a pronouncement. Who is wrong? Who is right? Commend those who challenge illegality. Don't commend those who said we will do anything that's wrong.
Nobody could challenge you during your time. The state assembly cannot just stand up to look at you.
That is my problem with you.
During your 8 years.
Who told you, okay, the mere fact nobody challenged me.
There's no record of that.
Hold on now.
Any speaker.
Okay, hold on. The mere fact, let me tell you. The speaker and assembly members are not their children. You must have a relationship with them. I sit with them. We eat together. We drink together. We play together. They're not your boys. They're not your girls. They were elected, as you were also elected. Some of them, it was through the election that made you to win the election. So you must not treat them as if they're my boys. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. Legislature is a different arm of government. It's not an attached to executive arm. So you must be careful. I see that I travel with my legislature. I do. As I'm traveling, as the Mr. Speaker, can I have 3, 4, 5 members to accompany me for this trip? It's a building relationship. The president travels. He said, look, call me so senator. Call me so House of Representatives. I wanted to join me in my trip. You create relationship. It's not a master-servant thing. You cannot do it. If you have been doing it before, you succeeded does not mean today you will succeed. And the world, you see, we are moving to a world that you cannot try it. And the problem the governor has today, those around him who are milking him, they have milked the state. And governor said it yesterday. I thought he should have said on his place, said the parties, that the money they have spent. No, I didn't spend that kind of money. No way. None of my lawyers told me you are going to pay this. Well, he must have a good relationship with people. Goodwill pays a lot.
All right.
And that's what paid for us. It's because we have good relationship with our lawyers. No lawyer say you must pay this, you must pay this. But I know what their own team spent. And they make him. They are not telling him the truth. His lawyers bungled their case. And they don't want to tell the people. Yesterday, I heard that some people went to see Mr. President. Pandef.
Yes.
It's the worst organization anybody can rely on.
Why?
Let me tell you. I used to tell my father, I said, Dad, I go to him. I'm disappointed with this. If you continue with this, I'm not going to support you. I will not be a party to it. If you have a father who is always interested in money, he can sell his child or his children. All these leaders, look at the comments they have made. Mr. President intervened in this matter. Mr. President intervened. I'm not talking about Vice President though. Mr. President intervened. Vice President was there. National Security Advisor was there. National Security Advisor signed for implementation of peace. This same Pandef came out and said, Mr. President has no right. They took Mr. President to court. People like Chief Saraibe, one of the worst persons you can ever think of. One of the merchants, political merchants. I knew them. Delta Smith, whom I respected, went to government house. Look at the statement he made. I'm an Nyesom man. You're an Nyesom man. Call us. We'll be with you. An elder statesman would go and make such a statement. Now you are the same person coming again now to go and meet Mr. President to intervene. Intervene what? Mr. President that had no right? Mr. President that you took to court? That he had no power to intervene? They took Mr. President to court. From the State High Court of River State, down to the Court of Appeal, they lost. Now down to the Supreme Court. Now people do things, you don't want to go back to let people know the correct thing. Now Supreme Court have given judgment. Now you are going to tell President to do what?
Yeah,
now President should do what?
Sorry,
that Supreme Court judgment should not be obeyed.
Yeah, but the governor has said he would obey the judgment, and there are calls for his impeachment. Would you support the impeachment of Governor Nyesom?
Excuse me. Yes. Who called for impeachment? We said they have called. Who called?
People who are
who
seem to be loyal to you are saying that they are going for the jugular.
I didn't know you have record of people who are loyal to me. I didn't know your business is to sit down, write names of people who are loyal to me.
But will you support an impeachment?
If you have committed an offense to be impeached, what is wrong? Is it a criminal offense? It's provided in the Constitution.
You can't just wait till 2027 to vote him out.
Am I a member of the Assembly? The point I'm making, if you have committed an infraction of the Constitution and the Assembly deems it fit to say you should be impeached, let me tell you, politics is not played just like this. Is it the first person that people have threatened about impeachment? Don't you know what to do? What is all this hula value that they will impeach? And let me tell you, and I have had people say, oh, if they impeach him, there will be breakdown of law and order. Rubbish. Hold on, rubbish. Which is nonsense.
Coloration.
Rubbish. Tell me who are the militants? Who is not a militant? Who is born as a militant? No, tell me the person that's born. The day you were giving birth, they say you're a militant. Who is not a militant? Who cannot blow at the pipeline? Why do you arrogate this power to a certain group of people? It's just people are the only people who can blow pipeline. What nonsense is that? Who told the people cannot blow pipeline? Who told the people cannot blow pipeline? Who told the people cannot blow pipeline? Why do we arrogate powers to people? There's nothing like that. 2, who is the one doing the contract of the pipeline? Who is the one doing the pipeline contract? The sovereign. It's not a Nyesom. It's not a Tompodo. It's not Antita. They gave you now to do surveillance. You are the one correcting with the German. And they say Ijaw people are going to break pipeline. And somebody will hear that. That's crap. Look, the moment I hear that, to hell, how dare you threaten a country? How dare you?
So you're discussing the threats?
Which threat? It does not exist. It does not exist. These are political things planted by some people in government. Look, all of us know ourselves. All of us know ourselves. You make an appointment of MD of NDC, they threaten, they blow pipeline. You make an appointment here, they threaten, they blow pipeline. What kind of country are we in? As a sitting president, you threaten me that if you follow what the court said, I will blow up everywhere. Let the whole place be blown off. People must learn. Enough is enough. You don't tell me anybody that. I was a governor. I see security report. I said, this security report, this one is fake. I said, it's fake. I said, the director says, this one is fake. Take it out. I know where this one is coming from. That's one security report you see. You laugh. Planted by people in government who are in support of what the young boy is doing.
All right, sir. But we may have to move towards solution. At the end of the day, we mentioned political solution at the beginning of the discussion. The people who are in a face-off, this long face-off, members of the assembly, even the governor came through your, political wing. He was your boy. So there must be a way that the Rivers people won't suffer.
That's what I thought you should have said. Now, everybody, the assembly people should have shown they are coming from somewhere. We cannot deny where we are coming from. We must be grateful. But for certain persons, we may not have been here. Now you want them to obey us. But you two that came through us, you don't want to obey. Why are you not compelling us to put on the assembly people, but not to be loyal? Who told you they are not human? That blood is not flowing, it's water. Why not if they say, sir, we have been loyal now, we don't want to be loyal again. After all, the governor you brought him to now, is he loyal to you? Yes. So why do you people want only one group to be loyal? And the other one should not be loyal. Whom you are supporting, giving all the back. The truth must be told. I have told people, when law speaks, all this Asawana will die. And the law has spoken. And all this, let me tell you something. And people should have that right. It just does not constitute the majority of the Niger Delta. People must speak out the truth. Heaven will not fall. You only die once, not 2 times. It just does not constitute the majority of the Niger Delta. What nonsense every day you wake up? Ijaw will do this. In Akwa Ibom, Ijaw cannot be governor. In Delta, Ijaw is the minority of the minority. With all due respect, elder statesman, he has never produced Ijaw man to be governor of Delta. He has never. The only place Ijaw man can solely be governor is in Bayelsa State. Not in Edo, not in Rivers, a minority of the minorities. But out of our own benevolence, live and let live. I'm Martin Seluku. Gentlemen, we are working as a team. We are members of the same political family. Let's allow this to go this way. If it is by strength, it cannot be the Ogonis. It cannot be the Epayes. It cannot be the Queries. It cannot. Every time you hear this, he just said this, he just didn't say this. What kind of system are we talking about? So, when people do something to bring everybody together, you appreciate it. In fact, when I brought this governor, they said no, it's not the real job. They said not the real job. If you are talking about his job, you should come to the cannabis. How can you say if they want to give governor to his job, it should be a popo? You see the problem that we're in. And you close your eyes You did it. All those who fought me, who said, no, we cannot accept this, are the ones parading themselves, hanging around him, taking his money.
Honorable Minister, Honorable Minister, do you have your attention now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure, because I know how all of this started, I'm sure you are not just interested in winning the war. As the leader, you should also be interested in winning the battles and, of course, winning peace as well. If you listen to the way Mr. President spoke yesterday, it will seem as if the pathway to peace has been thrown to the leadership of that state. And between you and Governor Sifubari, I see you as the leader. Would you do everything possible as the leader to pick up the gauntlet and draw up a roadmap, a pathway to peace?
Does he think I have a role to play? Has he ever called me one day?
I am putting it to you.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can
that you should pick up the gauntlet.
You can take a horse to the stream, but you cannot force the horse to drink water. You have a problem. Now let me tell you why it's very difficult. No, let me tell you, people should understand. Look, if he was a good person, we had an elder, Chief Ferdinand Alabraba, 80-something years. I'm sure at the time he made his money, this boy was not born. This governor was not born. He was the one who cried in our meeting for the Nyesom man to be chosen to be governor. This elder statesman, he cried in the meeting because the consensus almost had treated the Rogodis. In fact, while we were there, the primary was to take place. So the primary was delayed. The rumor had even gone to the delegates that my former Commissioner of Finance, who's a good chap, is one to be picked. This governor stepped down for him. That is his boy. It was this elder statesman, Ferdinand Alabraba. He nearly collapsed. He said, look, they should not do this to him. O.C. Jokocha was there. This boy, I'm quite a boy, went and abused this elder statesman, that one elder who doesn't know what he's doing. A man who had made money long before he was born. His children went to the best of the schools. Now he can't go back to him now. He went on television, abused O.C. Jokocha, so-called legal luminary, so-called. OCJ attended University, attended the University of London, a respected former president of NBA, former chairman of Body of Benchers. You will go on to national television, abuse OCJ. Chief Sergeant Awuse was sick, was under coma. We were praying to God, let Awuse recover. Awuse was one of those who said, look, let's allow him. Awuse was in hospital. Chairman of River State National Bureau, this boy came out on national television and removed Awuse. That Awuse is not trustworthy. A man who was dying. Now, he does not know where to run to again. Ordinarily, these are the people that will call their family people. Listen, stop. But nah, don't forget about me. Forget about me.
No, but it's not possible.
You have the power to stop this.
Sorry,
you have the capacity.
Now you are giving me
the responsibility.
No,
yes, and the president said so yesterday.
But you don't have what it takes to give me responsibility.
Well, Nigerians are looking up to you.
Can I tell you something? The president knows my position. I'm not a man, but my president knows my position.
That you don't want peace?
President, what is peace? What is important that let the right thing be done. When the right things are done, there will be peace. But if the right is not done, I wouldn't say peace. Peace is predicated on doing the right thing. Go and present your budget. Go and submit the list of your commissioners. You cannot continue to do illegality. Okay. The assembly summoned the chairman, one of the most corrupt persons I've ever met. The chairman of the River State Independent Electoral Commission. Yes, yeah. One justice, enably retired. Let him challenge me. He knows me. Assembly summoned him. He has gone to court, State High Court, because the Chief Judge is his friend. So we know. But you see, at the end of the day, it will not end there. Assembly summoning chairman of INEC, for example, National Assembly. The chairman will now go to court. I mean, look at, you say you want peace.
Honorable Minister, we need to go on a quick break now at this particular point. We'll come, and that will even allow you to calm down and listen again to that suggestion from this side that you should pick up that gauntlet.
You're not giving me power. But you're not saying I should.
The president did so yesterday.
No, the president didn't. No.
Indirectly.
The president knows my position. The president knows I'm not this guy.
The president indirectly put it at the leadership.
Do you know why obey the Supreme Court ruling?
Do you know why it should be irritating?
You will tell us when we come back from the break.
A president of a country will leave everything he was doing to mediate. A president over 3 hours sat down and brought out something. You come and sign. Are you accepting? Yes. Do you accept? Yes. Do you accept? Yes. Do you accept? Yes. They called National Security Advisor who signed on behalf of government. Yeah. And nobody had thought it deep. Look, this thing we signed. Why you? What has happened?
Honorable Minister,
why is that no peace?
We need to go on the break.
Talking about,
we need to go on
do this, now. Do this. Nobody can box us into what we cannot do.
We need to go on break now. We'll be back in a few minutes.
You're watching Arise, the world's standout news channel. Arise News, awards, and beyond.
His Excellency Nyesom Wike, and of course he's been speaking on Rivers politics and a little bit of the situation in the FCT. Don't know whether we may still have opportunity of going back to FCT matters. But Honorable Minister, while we're here, there were developments on this Rivers issue. We would like to start from there. Do you think this has given you a pathway now to move quickly to try to avert a possible crisis in your dear state?
I'm not the governor of the state.
You are a leader.
No, listen, I'm not a governor of the state. I'm an FCT. As I'm here presiding here, and I see that crisis, it's for me to take steps to see how I can avert crisis. I have political enemies who will do everything here to make sure I don't succeed. It is my intelligence, my capacity to now say, look, what do I do? Let there be crisis in FCT. When I came on board, there are so many sabotage everywhere. So many that were laid. I laughed. I said, this thing, I will not enter the trap. Those who did that came back. I said, look, we commend you. Your sagacity, your capacity to handle this. They brought issue of religion. They brought issue of ethnicity to make sure nothing will work. But by the grace of God, I surmounted it. It is within me to say, should I survive? How do I survive? How do I go about it? So if you're a governor, you are the one governing that state. You are the one facing the crisis. You are the one who will know, what do I do to make sure? Do I continue to listen to people who are just talking to me, just to be having some drink with me? Where has it led me to now? Why not me take another strategy to say I can bring peace within my domain? The way I'm going, is it the way that will bring peace? Certainly not. Assembly, legislature is not your baby. You must know how to play. You must be careful. I said, I was a minister of state here. When they said I'm coming for oversight function, big problem for me. As minister of FCT, each time the chairman of FCT House of Rep, chairman of FCT Senate, who have problem, and I will go back to them in the night. Gentlemen, no, that we shouldn't go like this now. This is the way we should go now. They're not my children. I must listen to them. That's how it works. Even Mr. President cannot say, even though he masterminded the coming of Mr. Senate President, the coming of Mr. Speaker, he cannot say, oh, Speaker, come and go and do this. No, he talks with them. That's how politics is played. It's not for you to go and say, come on. Okay, like what's happening in River State, from what I heard now, that the governor is at the gate of the residence of the assembly quarters, pushing himself in. Isn't that things are done?
You want to present the budget?
You see the point I'm saying here. You want to present the budget to who?
Lawmakers.
Isn't that it is done? Isn't that it is done? You write a letter this night. I present my budget tomorrow morning. And they open, come, I win the banana republic.
He's trying to obey Mr. President's
What?
instruction. And he has said that he obeyed the Supreme Court.
You are the trouble people. You people are the cause of the problems we're having.
Really?
Look how you are legitimizing that. If Mr. President said, obey Supreme Court, the Mr. President said, just wake up early morning, go and bulldoze the gate. Why are you talking like this?
I gave you a password, which is that as the leader, pick up your phone, call Sim Fubara, and both of you should
Doesn't make it imperative for you to step in.
Hold on.
What is wrong with that?
Hold on.
What is wrong with that? I spoke about you. I spoke about you not just winning the war, but winning peace as well.
It's not correct. The war is not about winning. It's about the right thing being done. When the right thing is being done, anybody can go to hell. When the right thing. And our problem in this country, you want to sacrifice things. I didn't want me to play politics with you. Okay, I will tell you and I will call him. Call him for what?
What's the right thing? It doesn't matter.
You want to do the right thing, negotiate with them.
Your Excellency.
Look at in America, the Congress. They negotiate with the president.
Maybe
they sit down.
Feeling that he will not have his way.
No,
but if you are in his front,
you see the problem I have.
Behind you,
you see the problem
and you are talking,
I have with you now.
You are talking.
The problem I have with you is that you've not done something. You have concluded you will not have your way. Why not do something as decent? I told you about somebody here, Ferdinand Alabraba. I told you about Osiriyokoda. I told you about Chief Sergeant Awusu and other people. You had the people, but you know why he can't go? Why he can't go? He has messed up himself.
Yeah.
He will run to.
So reconciliation with these people too will be with your support. Reconciliation with these people too will be with your support.
As Trump appears to be, he still goes to negotiate with the Congress. He will sit down with them. So listen, the way people are going, it's not the way I'm thinking. It's not about you. Come on, Congress. I'm coming now. Who does that? For Christ's sake, who does that? Why do you encourage that? The man must be taught that art of governance is not about commissioning projects. Governance is not only about commissioning projects. Governance is not only about initiating projects. Governance is also the capacity to relate, to meander.
What's the roadmap to peace in River State?
You are one of those who have arisen one of the problem makers as far as River State is concerned. Problem. Let me tell you what is the roadmap. I told you here about politics. I told you here I go and see my chairman of committees. I've not presented to them. Now, I cannot, even when we finish the ESCO of the FCT, I will still go back to the chairman. As the chairman, look, Mr. President is likely to bring the budget next week. I will not, because I'm working with President. I won't talk to them. Who does that? And that's why I say it is not only going to commission projects governance. You must learn how to relate with people.
Yes.
They are not my children. They are elected people.
Yes.
Legislature is the background of democracy anywhere in the world.
And Your Excellency talking about
now, they fixed August. And what's your best model for credible local government election?
That's why when you travel illegality, you pay. Now let me tell you, you know why it will not stand? It will not stand.
Again.
How would it stand? That chairman, that enabler, that man, all is interested had to be looting. Did he read the judgment first? Did the enabler read the judgment? The retired judge who claims this, I know him very well. I appointed him as chairman. These are people who don't have character.
But you don't describe him as a very corrupt person.
Until somebody goes to power.
He was not corrupt when you appointed him.
No, how would I know? Till now you know.
So, sir,
Let me tell you.
I'm talking
Let me
about.
tell you.
didn't do your background check.
With all due respect to you. Yes, you can blame me. I take responsibility. I own responsibility. Some of the things we do while in office is when you leave office, you start regretting. I can tell you that. It's not everything you know. You may think, let me tell you, as I sit here, so many things happen. In fact, my son sent me something from UK about learn something. I never knew that was something was going on. But my name was used, right? So when I came, I said, what? I had to call security. And they got the person. You may think because I'm there, it's everything I know. It's not correct. And let nobody claim that. But I can tell you, with what I know now, I made a lot of mistakes while as governor. I own up that. And that's what they call a leadership. When you make mistake, it's unfortunate I can't correct them now because I can't go back there as a governor. But it is helping me as FCT minister based on those mistakes I made. I've not seen so many as I know this can happen again. Can happen 2 times.
Does it include the PDP?
Now, so when you talk about the local government will not stand. The notice there on arrival.
Do you still want to bring your people back?
I said,
back into the office.
now this, again, mind you, Supreme Court, in their judgment of local government election then, the autonomy of local government, Supreme Court said that the assembly has powers to even extend their tenure in order not to allow a vacuum. Instead of you to allow non-elected or caretaker, the assembly has power to extend their tenure until when election is conducted. Supreme Court judgment is very clear. It's not me. I was not part of it. But that is the Supreme Court judgment. I don't know what I want them. I'm talking about what is the law. What does the law say? It's not about me. Let us do what the law says.
Okay, so talking about the law, I'm talking about a path to peace. You were the one who was on the podium showing the people of Rivers State a certain Sim Fubara about 2 years ago for them to vote for him. Those Rivers State indigenes are the ones who will not get paid in these few months where there's this face-off. The path to peace that we're talking about is not necessarily for the two main protagonists. The grass that suffers while these elephants are fighting are the people we are talking about. Are you thinking about them in all these calculations?
That is why Assembly said, for the interest of the state, we don't want our state not to receive their money.
You haven't answered the question.
No, I'm coming. No, you cannot tell me when I've answered the question. You're not the one who asked the question. So you cannot, a question you didn't say. You can't say that. So we'll do that word. We'll do it. The point I'm making is that Assembly said, for the interest of the state, for our state to receive our money from the Federation account, come and bring this budget now. For the interest of the state, what else do you want people to do? For the interest of the state, the letter, I read it. I saw it on the advertised. And when Assembly submitted that letter, they took it, read it, called them, they said no, they should return the letter. Governor does not receive communication from the Assembly. Now you are writing letter. The Assembly you don't receive letter from. You want them to receive letter from me. I mean, look at who's looking for peace.
He was trying to say that as a leader, are you not dampening the prospects of peace by not intervening?
I've intervened. That is why I'm telling you that the right thing should be done. Because I said that should I go and say the wrong thing should be done?
Why not call a meeting of all the
Exactly.
Why not call a meeting of all stakeholders?
Governor Oti, the former governor Oti, people like you to come together in a round table and solve this problem.
How do you cannot call anybody to meeting now?
Okay.
It's not
Why don't you call those you see as critical stakeholders around you and around Sim and agree to a roadmap?
The medical judgment was given.
Yes.
Our leader, Chifenat Alabama, called the Assembly people. Say, listen. We thank God what has happened. Understand that this is not personal. It has to do for the interest of the state. Take step to show that you want to really bring peace. did it take them 48 hours? Ordinarily, with the first relationship, they don't need to write him. With the first relationship, they don't need to tell him that we're going to ourselves. They would have just gone. But they said, look, for the internet, we are ready to do it and leave now. What peace effort do people want until they kneel down and crawl to government house and to tell you how bad it is? If you don't want to be a politician, say you don't want to be a politician. I've not seen you for years. I've never discussed anything with you for years. The next thing you do to write me a letter to come to your office. How bad?
There's still one case at the Supreme Court, Excellency.
Which case?
The issue of the defection and all of that.
Don't stop carrying this here rumors. There's no more case. Let me tell you, and people should hear this and hear it well.
Okay.
The issue of defection has been settled by Supreme Court. And I'll tell you how it happened.
It was touched.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
So most of you don't read. You don't read.
We read every day.
You don't read.
Stories that come
You don't read. Hold on, we do that. People don't read.
Excuse me?
I give it to you, you don't read.
Then tell us your
Hold on.
perspective.
It's not about reading novels. No.
No, we don't just read.
No, let me tell you, don't read. I challenge any of you who has read the judgment.
I have.
Hold on now.
I just supported.
Hold on. Hold on. You read accumulated judgment.
I read all the judgment.
Hold on. Did you read the judgment of Nyesom?
I said I read all the judgment.
What did she say? Now let me tell you how the thing came about, so some of you will learn. At the Federal High Court, before Justice Abdul Malik, who said, no, you cannot be taking money from federation without a budget. Therefore, stopping Central Bank and Accountant General. They want an appeal. And it's Court of Appeal here. Court of Appeal, now, there was a dissenting judgment by Justice Banjoko. There was the judgment by Justice Barker and Obiora. Obiora and Justice Barker agreed that the Federal High Court had no jurisdiction on the issue of jurisdiction. Obiora and Barker said, Justice Banjoko said no. The Federal High Court had the jurisdiction and dissented. Now, on the merit, Barker agreed with Justice Banjoko that the Court of Appeal was right, that they have had a position that 3-4 people cannot constitute an assembly to make law, not to talk about appropriation. Now, we now appeal on the issue of jurisdiction solely to the Supreme Court. Now, listen to what I'm saying. No. They now cross-appealed. On the merit that the Court of Appeal said that these people are the Mamad is the right leadership with the other 26 members. They now cross-appeal. So people should hear the truth. It was on that cross-appeal, the Court of Appeal said, no, the Supreme Court said, no, you are wrong. You can't say so. There was no defection. There could have been defection. Who wrote that? Justice Nyesom, who is the in-law to Justice Audley. I hope you know that. Justice Nyesomo's son married Justice Audley's daughter. But she wrote that 12 pages judgment about the defection. She defined what's called defection. Defined defection constitutionally. Defined defection politically. Defection cannot be hanging.
Down on the floor.
Defection cannot be inconclusive. That there is a presiding officer. By the time you are defecting, the presiding officer that will declare the seat vacant. Until that is done, you cannot say defection.
So you see that we read.
No, you don't. Hold on, Nalai. Sorry, I use one language, Nalai. I'm sorry. But it's good for the public to understand.
Yes.
Because there are some people who don't understand it's a lie, but they understand Nalai. They do understand what I'm saying. Yes. So the point I'm making is that Supreme Court came out boldly and made a statement. There's no defection. That somebody was waving flag. How does that constitute defection in law? that in fact is even worse. Assuming the presiding officer is a different party, and these people are defecting to his own party, he may not hit the gavel. Until he hits the gavel, then can you say that's a defection? You cannot say they are defected with your own man. Now somebody said, I'm not the president of America, has now made it to the president of America. Nobody does that. So the issue of defection was thoroughly dealt with. If you read Justice E.M.A. Wosu's own dissent. So I'm just trying to bring this clearer. They're all telling lies. Lies. And that's what they will tell you who still has a matter at the federal court. What to matter?
Honorable Minister, we need to bring to a close this issue of rivers because there are still issues about the polity generally that we also need to talk about. Just your final word on the issue of rivers. Will you be interested in winning both the peace and the battles, having won the war now in rivers?
I don't know.
As a leader.
Okay, what's called battle and war? Battle is war now.
The battle,
when is there winning the battle and war?
The battle are things like that we are talking about now, like the governor still going to the House of Assembly when he doesn't have their nod to come and sit there and all of that. You know, those are the little battles.
That's what I'm trying to say.
How do we end all of that?
Why not? I don't know why you are still going back. I said we have started the issue of peace. Assembly, make sure that you take the budget. And they took steps. How do you make peace? If we don't want peace, we would have told the assembly people, go. Don't come back. Stay away for 6 months. Well, that's what to tell you we have started. It's only for you to reciprocate.
Can you do more?
I don't know what you said you want to take my blood. No. Which I'm not ready to give.
No, Excellency.
I'm not ready to give. I'm serving here. I cannot just, every time I'm thinking of, you ask me what happened in the Gishiri or whatever yesterday. Gishiri. Look at the effort. And again, you want me, I'm human.
But you have to support Mr. President's vision. And ahead of 2027, the idea is to get Rivers State for the president.
Don't even you tell me I have to support. Who is the one? Who is the bedrock? Who? I'm the one. I am the one that will champion Mr. President. I'm also doing it. You don't preach that one to me. Everybody knows me in this country.
Will you sanction the impeachment of Sim Fubara?
Sanction?
Yes.
If assembly thinks that he committed infraction, and he knows he committed, you find peace. It's not by gara-gara. It's not by threatening.
All right. Gloria,
see, let me tell you, if an armed robber knows he committed armed robbery, what you do when you go to court, my Lord, I did this, forgive me, give me a second opportunity. The judge will look at you. It's okay, now he has done this. Instead of killing him, that I give him 2 years imprisonment, 3 years. Okay. You understand me? No, but when you sit with people trying to tell you, let me tell you how arrogant, let me tell you this. The governor was misled. 3 weeks to Supreme Court judgment. You know what he did? In my own family, my community, the governor came and removed my chief. My chief, yes. I made another person in my own family. In my own family. So that's the point I'm making, because he was giving the hope that he will win the Supreme Court. So nothing. Now you tell me, we play politics to the level you penetrate to somebody's family, to dabble into internal affairs of the family. Now, you know, sometimes when people talk about this peace, you don't take everything to consideration. You just sit outside, you talk. Look at me, former governor, Minister of FCT. Governor has the timidity, the audacity, because he has money from Federation account, because he has money from IGR, would enter my own family to remove a chief and make another person chief. Come on. What is anybody talking? What is anybody talking? And you are telling me if I'm ready for peace. Who is talking this problem now? Who is talking the problem? You look at me. Me of all persons, so Who are you? I'm not talking about local government too. I'm not, my own family. You look at me. Simply because judicial merchants have told you you will win. They've collected your money. And that's why I pity judges and justices. I pity them. People collect money and they play this game. How did they play the game? They play this game. If you win, they say the judges collected money. Meanwhile, no kobo was given. I pity them. Yeah, I mean, I know what I know. Now, if they don't win, they go back and say, well, it will be difficult for us to go and collect the money back. Because let people not know that we pay the bribe. Oh. So, whichever way, they suffer. And then what happened to him? And that's why he said this, instead of him to blame himself, he said the parties. No.
All right. Honorable Minister, let's leave Rivers now.
Come back to your immediate jurisdiction.
To PDP.
So you are currently overseeing the construction of, 3 very impressive bus terminals. We have Kubo, we have Central Business District, and then we have Mabushi. And of course, we can see the strong commitment this is eliciting, and all that. But what are your plans, in a broader view of public transportation? What are you doing to implement a new public policy?
I don't know whether I will go back to that, but one of the reasons why we are doing bus terminals is to have a new strategy for public transportation, and that we are not going to allow all this stop and pick.
Yes.
Stop and pick.
We go to the lens of the universe to bring you the top stories of the day.
From the breaking news to the big stories.
From Nigeria, across Africa, and the world.
Environment to be easy for them to operate. So that's what we're doing. And let me also tell you something. You remember, we try to empower the youth by giving them vehicles, You see, I tell people, all these theories, empower the youth, empower youth. Nobody has asked, are the youth willing to work? Are the youth willing? It's not about government bringing a policy to help you. Do you know what surprised me? Even ladies were included. I go to overseas. I see ladies being taxi drivers, conveying you to where you are going to. In Nigeria, it's a taboo. That you are driving your vehicle to earn a living. Hey, they will sell me a taxi driver. They will sell me a bus driver. I've never seen a thing like that in my life.
It's not a taboo.
No, I'm telling you, when I mean it's a taboo, is that we see it so. I'm not saying it's, I think it's only in Nigeria. I go overseas, I come back, I see some Nigerians, they with you. Very good, I carry you. They're taxi drivers there. Come home. I know. I don't want to be a taxi. That's why I say, as if it is a
taboo. Have you encouraged them?
Just listen to what I'm saying. When you bought vehicles, have you seen any of those vehicles along the road? They've sold them.
How many, sir?
It doesn't matter.
No, it matters.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the intention. What we are saying is that we are trying to empower you to own a business. And you are sabotaging it. Even if it is 200, it's 100, it's 50. Should I charge them to court? Another problem. So it is not easy. We like to talk theory. Nobody wants to face empirical, practical things. What are our problems? It's not about the president, it's not about government, not trying to help the youth. How many people, when I was chairman of a local government, I tried to create, I said, what do you want to do? We want to sell, I believe, for you, businesses, entrepreneur. I sent them for trip. I bought them a different say, look, I want to be a dealer smith. They said, I want to be a dealer on this. We provided the funds. As I speak to you that after 2 weeks.
We want to appreciate the scope of intervention you made.
No, it is not. You see, the problem we have, you're only talking about quantity. Not the problem we're having. Start with one. What is the result of the one you have done? It's not about quantity, the largeness. No. That is not the spirit behind it. The spirit behind it is that what are your efforts to making sure that this is done? And I said, I have done this yesterday. Do you know the result of it today? See what is the result. We must have people who are committed and disciplined. There's this psychology. We must tell our people, our youth, money is good to be made. We cannot make money overnight. You start with something. Do you know? I have somebody whom I said, look, you have to start to work. He said, well, the salary. I said, do you know how much some salary is? Well, I make sure that you'll be earning 400,000. He said, 400,000 for what? Look at the mentality. Look at the mentality. It must start with millions. And if we don't solve that problem, that sack problem, it is going to continue to haunt us. So it's not about you coming, what have you done for the youth?
Our time is almost fast spent. Okay. And we will be happy with ourselves if we don't touch on PDP national issues. The PDP Zonal Congress took place not too long ago. That's the South-South Zonal Congress in Calabar. And the conference itself and the outcome have been receiving a lot of knocks from some members of the PDP, members of the NWC, for instance, condemned it. Some governors from the South-South who ought to have been part of that meeting but were not there have also come out to condemn it as well. So where does that leave your party?
I'm trying to avoid this, but now you brought it up. This is the set of governors that want PDP to die. This crop of governors, their interest is to keep PDP. I was a governor. As at that time, I saw the opposition party, the ruling, opposition party. No, the ruling party then, that's the under Buhari, came out fighting PDP. Using our Modi Sharif fighting to keep PDP. I'm proud to say, I am proud, very, very proud. I stood my ground. I said, no, it won't work. PDP must survive. I never went to the FIDA. Never. Never. In fact, I stopped to Security Council meeting because I was afraid of my life. I stood and I said, PDP will not die. Forget about these people, you know, you say one thing here, in the night you say a different thing. I never hit my intention. Where I went to. If I could not tell, I'm sorry. And I will not. When the issue of PDP presidential thing, ask the president. I never. Ask him whether he gave me 1 naira. It's alive. What I demanded, what condition, I never did. I said, my belief is that the president should go to the South. My belief, who is likely to win for the South? It is you. I'm not saying he's a righteous person. I'm not saying, but as a politician, I should be able to say who has the tendency, who is likely to win, not on sentiment. Not on sentiment. You don't need to like him. What? Does he possess what it takes to win an election? Yes.
This was after you lost out.
Do I want you to win? Yes. Now, I played the game openly. I never hid it. You have governors today. The other is here. The other is here. What kind of characters are that?
They are also accusing you of the same thing.
Hold on. No, they can't say that. You shouldn't even say that.
They are also accusing you of the same thing.
No, hold on. They can't. They don't have what it takes. No governor can look at my face and say that. Not one.
They say you are in
My friend, hold on. I was in PDP. I said they won't win for presidency. And they didn't win. But I said they will win in House of Assembly. They win National Assembly. How do you want a man to tell you something? So what is accusing me? Why not tell people this is where you stand? If God has made you governor, what are you afraid of? Governor. You are afraid. Today you talk here. In the 1970s. Now look at my zonal congress. I was a governor. That's why I say governance is not about commissioning projects. We call meetings, we call senators, we call National Assembly members, we call chairmen, zonal committee, come. We manipulate it to our own way to suit what we're saying. But meeting has been called. And everybody has agreed. That's the capacity. Not everybody can commission projects. But everybody cannot have this capacity to meander, to bring people together. You had a zonal working committee. You didn't call them for a meeting. What does the Constitutional Party say? The National Vice Chairman of the zone is one that presides over the zonal meeting. Now call, because you're a governor, because you have allocation. So you think money is everything. You go in your house, you call a meeting, you don't call the zonal committee. Zonal meeting. You don't call anybody. You stay in your house and you shout position. And you say, oh, Governor did call meeting. Rubbish. Nonsense. Nonsense. Who is that? Who is that? I mean, how do you do that? Something that's why I say you don't have a problem. You create problem for yourself. You have Governor of Delta. You have Governor of Rivers. You have Governor of Bayelsa. You have Governor of Wike. You control your people. Why not call this meeting? I was on this position. Everybody will buy in. But you go there. You won't call anybody. Forget me. I'm nobody. You won't call me and see me there. I'm nobody. I agree. This Diddy they are talking now, Governor Diddy. You know, that's why you know when you put people in power. Go and ask the Minister of Petroleum. He brought Governor Diddy to me in Wisconsin, where I was staying. This governor you are talking now, that's why when I look at people, I say character is something you cannot buy.
Former FCT Minister Nasir El-Rufai said it yesterday that APC, like the president was kind of destabilizing other political parties.
Hold on. I don't want to go into that. That's El-Rufai's view.
Are you an agent?
Is entitled. Do I look like someone who will be an agent? What? Is there anything I do? I don't do publicly. Is there anything? Now, sort of, don't cut what I say because I know where you're headed. Hanakin Lobobri, the Minister of Petroleum, brought him with David Lyon. Yeah. This governor, he was kneeling down. I said, no, don't do that. You're a governor, don't do that. Today, you go and call a meeting, South Zone, in your house. Minister of Health will not be there. The Zonal Committee will not be there. Senators will not be there. National Assembly will not be there. Isn't that politics is played? Something you can still achieve if you have the tact. Something you can achieve. Now you go and cause problem. Now, look at how they are. The Congress have been here. That's why I say, when you cause problem for yourself, you go and blame other people. Look at stupid. They call them stupid. I say stupid, MWC. Yes, they are. What would they do?
You're on national TV.
What is that?
Of your own party.
Excellency, you're on national TV.
When you don't have credibility.
You're on national
Hold on.
television, Excellency.
I am the one who invited you here.
Yes.
So I'm not unaware of that. I invited you, so I know.
Just the choice of language,
No,
Excellency.
I didn't call your name as the NWC. I never called your name. You must understand that when they come to arise, do you say so?
We do.
You don't.
We do.
You don't. We do respect. Now let me tell you, you wrote a letter to INEC. To INEC on the 20th. You submitted the letter. On Monday, 20th was Friday. 23rd was the day of the Congress. You wrote a letter to INEC, purported letter, and then you submitted the letter on Monday. After the Congress had taken place, you are not telling INEC, we have postponed Congress that have taken place. That's why I say that was stupidity. Congress on Saturday. You wrote a letter to INEC on 20th, submitted the letter on Monday. Okay, tell me who's is that not stupidity? No, tell me.
I need to quickly.
Secondly, you now go. God gave her. Go ahead. You now say you are forming caretaker. You are doing a killing party. And I've said this severally. Why are you killing our party? Am I the one who said you should go and do this? Do you require an agent that a governor or governors will not know how to play the tag, how to be tactful to achieve the result? Which senator in a meeting where governors are seated? Take for example, where governors are seated. I said, look, gentlemen, this is what we have talked about. They will always give you. They will always. But you don't go and say you're a lord. No. If it was not challenging, that's what we would say when I was governor with anybody. If you do things the right way, achieve your result, who will challenge you? But if you don't do it, people will challenge you. And that's what's happening today.
Time is fast, President.
Your Excellency, your party has just 2 years to get itself together for another round of general elections. It seems to me as if the center doesn't seem to be holding at all from both the local and the national.
Yes, see why to not hold now. Instead of them to think of how to do opposition. Every governor, I've never seen it now. Let them challenge me. I will tell them one by one. The role you are playing. The role you are playing.
Working against the party.
I will tell them one by one. I will tell them one by one.
But that's what Rufai was saying.
No. I said, challenge that. Listen, I don't know the school you went to. Listen very well. So that has nothing to do with what Rufai said. I said, I will tell them about the role they are playing, not me. I don't need to play that kind of role, for Christ's sake. Look at what's happening today at the National Assembly. The Court of Appeal gave status quo ante-bellum. What is status quo ante-bellum? Before the hostility started, go back to where you are. They went, organized themselves, and said, oh, okay, you know that illegality to the highest order. And I was watching, a governor came to my house. I said, you're a lawyer? Is that what you are taught in law school? I can't believe this. Interest. And all these shenanigans they are doing, somebody will fight it. And when you fight it, you become an agent. How would I become an agent? Look, that's why I tell you, people don't have character. How did Bala Mohammed use us? Bala Mohammed was having a problem with Atiku and Co. He was having a problem. He came to me. In fact, that day, I was going to commission the lounge at the airport. When he landed, I said, oh, there's no need coming into town, since I'm coming to the airport. Bella Adoke, the former Attorney General, was there. But I was what? Unknown to him, I was laughing. I said, look, Atiku will kill him if Atiku wins. That we must support Aswaju. I laughed. That's okay. Now, we now organize G5 to go and pay Bala a visit in Bauchi, not knowing that he was using us to settle with Atiku. So when we went there, he was happy. The next day, Tamboa, Sule Lamide, all of them, led a team to go and see Bala, and Bala abandoned us. Now reconciled. Now, you see, these are the things I say. Look, there are positions you occupy. You must be a man of character. I don't need to go to any malam, any priest, any bishop to pray for me to have character.
But with
As
all
it
this
is
challenge,
today,
will you remain in the PDP with all these frustrations? Will you still stay
what do you mean by remaining?
in the
Because there are
party?
talks that yourself and some of your aides, including in the FCT here,
Yeah,
about moving to the APC,
so what is that?
including my brother, Senator Philip Atuta.
So what is that? What is that? So if I move to, let me tell you, if I move to APC, I will tell you what I'm moving. You see, I don't run away from fight. I don't run away. I'm not going to leave this party. See, the governors have the money, but they are not doing it well. Are they even spending the money on the party? They are not. Look at any good governor. He wants to be leader of the Southeast. I agree with that. But as a leader too, you play the game. You make sacrifice. Today, in Anambra, no PDP, nobody collected form to run as governor of Anambra. I'm a governor. Look at Enugu State. Look at Anambra. You cannot bring somebody in Anambra to run an election. And you tell me you're a leader of PDP service.
All right, we don't have
all you're tested is the zonal congress. Zonal rubbish.
We don't have much time right now.
Rubbish.
I'd like you to wrap up with this because as we speak at the moment, we know that Governor Fubara has been locked out of the assembly complex and he's just there to present. I know you try to speak to this issue, but let's gain some more clarity from you.
No, I'm not a member of assembly, but what I was just saying here, if you write a letter to the assembly, would you wait for a response? That's why I tell you, sincerely, he should give. He played to the gallery. He has carried television people. Now they say, oh, he went to the assembly. You know it's wrong. Can president now stand up and run to the assembly? Who does that?
Is that the best approach to lock him out of the complex?
The residents. He brought the assembly complex down. Assembly now sit in their residence. If they are coming, they have children. They will say, governor's coming today. There will be a lot of security people. So they have to prepare themselves. You cannot just go and then open the gate and come to present budget. Nonsense. Rubbish.
All right.
Rubbish.
We just have
Who's doing that? Play to the gallery. Nobody will hear that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Unfortunately, we've run out of time because we have to leave at this particular time, hoping that before May 29, when those projects will be ready for Mr. President's commissioning, we have an opportunity of hearing the update on each of those projects from you. That's a promise?
Promise of what?
That we will have an opportunity to get an update from you on those projects.
You go, okay, you know about the projects?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, you'll be told. Oh, but already you know. Except you don't stay here. You know. You see, whether anybody likes it or not, whether you like me or don't like me. And like I said, you don't need to like me. Like the work we are doing. What I've also told people, I don't like this attitude of people like you. I don't like it. Do you like the work I'm doing? Yes. Forget about me.
Okay.
The only person that should like me is my wife.
She does.
So all these other people, I don't care. I don't care. I'm doing my work. And that's what is supposed to be.
Your supporters.
Thank you so much, Lord.
Supporters, they vary. I can change today. Fumara was not my supporter.
Thank you so much.
I did not change. So forget about that. This supporter.
We appreciate your time. We really appreciate this opportunity. We'll see you again very soon.
Thank you
so much, gentlemen and lady.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Your Excellency.
Thank you. All right, that's how we drop the curtain on today's edition of Media Chat with the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, His Excellency Nyesom Wike. Very soon, we'll gather here again, probably to get an update on the ongoing projects which are being, pursued vigorously for the purposes of Mr. President commissioning them on May 29 or before then. Thank you so much for investing your time with us. We'll see you around. My name is Ben Garulebo.